This is Technically Speaking with Mark Steensland. Today we're going to talk about restoring a square. Trying to get this Stanley square back to its original, or maybe even better than original condition. The first step is to get rid of the corrosion, and this set may actually be what I make for the first video, is the corrosion removal process, and then I will make a couple follow-up videos where I plan on potentially plating the part with zinc and potentially putting black enamel so that you can read the scale better. So let me show you what I've got here. First of all, I have a container. Nothing special here, it just needs to hold water. It needs to be large enough to hold the part that you want to take the rust out of. So in this case, part fits in there pretty good. So we have that. Second thing you need is warm water. So tap water from, that's what I got here. So I have just enough water to cover the part when I put it back in. And the last thing is, I don't know, maybe half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of Arm & Hammer washing soda. Stir it up a little bit. And what the washing soda is going to do is give you a good conductive fluid. Now the next thing you're going to need is a battery charger or a battery source, and this is I'm going to use it on the 1 amp setting, and just has positive and negative terminals coming off of it. And then I need a sacrificial, actually it's different, it's sacrificial in the fact that this will be built up with corrosion. So here's how you do it. You take this sacrificial metal and you put it on the positive terminal. And you put it in the water. Then you take your part you want to take the rust off of, my ruler here, and you put the other end on it. And then you put that down in the water. And then let me give you a close-up so you can see what's actually happening. Okay, let's get a close-up. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of electrolytic action going on here now, both on the sacrificial steel part and also right on the ruler itself. I don't know how well you can see there, but it's just bubbling away. Now this is creating hydrogen gas in this process. It's essentially reversing corrosion using electricity. So it's a great way to get rid of corrosion. You do need to be careful that you're in a ventilated area, that you don't have sparks around. I don't think it's creating a lot of gas where it's a huge hazard, but you definitely need to take steps to mitigate that risk. Okay, so we're going to leave this in the solution cooking in here for about a day. I'll be back tomorrow and we can see what it looks like. Okay, it's been about 24 hours since we looked at this. I'm going to pull this out here and let's unplug it. And I don't know if you could tell here. Let's see if we can get a zoom in on this. It actually turned most of the scale that was on the top, it turned it completely dark. It darkened it, except for where the clamp was, which is right here. So what I'm going to do first here, let's back this up here. Let's take some fine steel wool, and I'm just going to take off that dark area and just see what it looks like. We'll definitely put it back in a little longer, but we'll flip it over. It looks like the corrosion is just about gone on this ruler. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now, this has been 24 hours. I'm going to put it in probably another 12 hours and I'll have it flipped over, and that should help. Go ahead and flip it like this, get it back down in and get the juice flowing again. Alright, we'll come back in about 12 hours and hopefully all the rust will be gone and we can proceed to the next step. Okay, after 12 hours we're back. Looks similar to yesterday's, except we did it in reverse. Now I'm going to take some steel wool and go clean this with soap and water, and I will show you the final product of rust removal.